Fantastic. Yes, I'm also going to do a backup. No problem. Wonderful. Great stuff. Well, good evening, everyone. Is there anyone that wants to quickly say hello? Apart from the people that's already said hello, give us some feedback. How was your week so far? What happened? Something exciting that you discovered, something that you realized, something that you won. Maybe you are a professional, you had a breakthrough with a client. Maybe you are someone seeking clarity, direction, purpose in life, and you had a bit of a breakthrough. Or maybe you are just trying to get through the week and safely make it into February. Right. If you are any of the above, you are more than welcome to unmute and say hello. All right. Let's quickly see. Okay, we've got Nashra, good evening. We've got Nadia, good evening. Marilei, good evening. Lorette, good evening. Loretta, good evening. Fantastic. Nice to have you all. Kenny, good evening. Jabulani, hello.
Good evening.
Fortune, good evening. David, hello. Connie, hello. Chantal, Anton, good evening. Anna-Marie is here, good evening. Wow, well done. Nice to have you all on board. So tonight's very much an interactive session. I very much like you to please interact as much as possible and give us a thumbs up, give us some interaction. Find the chat box because I'm going to be asking some questions as well. I see Tia has joined as well. Good evening, Tia. I know you're new to the platform, so welcome. Pumzile, good evening. Zisele, good evening. So nice to see your name on here.
Good evening, Gideon.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Alrighty, so guys, we've got a packed evening this evening. I'm going to kick it off and say welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone here this evening. Momentum is a platform that is open to the public. It's open to mental health professionals, counselors, therapists, coaches, everybody that wants to come and fill their cup. And this is a platform that all of us work together. This is a platform for the people, by the people. And every Thursday evening when you tune in, it really means a lot of planning, a lot of thinking is going into all these sessions. And if you're a mental health professional that also would like to get your message across, or maybe you want to use this platform to test something that you've put together, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. Always remember, you're also welcome to invite anybody onto the platform that you think might find value from this. Let them register, let them use your name and surname as a reference. And should they have any questions or ever reach out to us, we can always point them in the right direction. We are extremely ethical as far as that is concerned. So, guys, can I see? Are you guys ready? Can I get some thumbs up? Can I get some streamers going? Can I get some excitement going? Yes, Anton is ready. T-Crown is ready. All right. Elsevier is ready. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So, guys, tonight we are going to do things slightly different. And I want you to be in a comfortable position this evening. Also, maybe have a pen and paper handy because we're going to be doing a number of different things. And you're probably going to find yourself moving around quite a lot. So if you can keep the distractions to the bare minimum, if you can be present in the session, it would be fantastic. And remember, the more you can give feedback and the more you can interact with us, the better. Right. So I love this picture. Who loves this picture? Can I see this picture that's on board here? That's yes, I absolutely love this picture. If you have to say, please put in the comments below. One word, just one word special. What does this picture represent to you? What does it mean to you? All right, I'm just looking for the comments. I'm not seeing the comments coming through on my side. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Ah, there we go. All right. Looks like it's coming through now. Freedom. Yes. Achievement. Winning. Yes. Right. What else? Yes. You've made. Yes. Absolutely. All right. Then. Yes. I like that. Okay. So my question to you this evening is, if you do like that picture, do you represent that? Is that a vision that you hold for yourself? What is the vision that you've got for yourself? Please write it down. Where is it that you find yourself on the 29th of January, 7 o'clock or just after 7 on a Thursday evening? We are about 4 weeks into the new year. And where are you? You've made some decisions towards the end of last year. You set yourself some goals at the start of this new year. Yeah, I'm not in front of your PC. I'm so glad you're in front of your PC and not behind your PC. Fantastic. All right. Destined to greatness. I like that. Okay. So I want you to write down one word where you are this evening in your life. Where are you? And what are you currently experiencing in your life? Do you have focus? Do you have clarity? Do you have certainty? Do you have direction? Do you know what you need to do on a daily basis to get to where you want to be? And that's the question that I want to ask this evening. Right. So who is ready to dive deeper and to really, really unpack? Can I see? Show of hands, guys. Yes. Right. Fantastic. So this picture for me represents a lot of different things. And for me, success, number one, is how I think every single day, in every single moment. Success is also what I choose to do on a daily basis. And success for me is also the way I connect with other humans. So again, I want to say thank you very much for being here on a Thursday evening. It really gives me purpose to prepare and to make sure that I'm at my best and that I can always deliver and give back to you guys as much as possible. But by doing that, I'm actually getting to feed my own ego a little bit. So thank you very much for being here and thank you very much for interacting. Yes, I am being a little bit selfish on a Thursday evening, but I'm saying that with a big smile on my face. Right. So guys, I want to challenge you this evening. In the chat box below, can you please tell me, how do you make decisions? When you make decisions, do you use facts? Do you look at all the facts before you make a decision? Do you look at all the pluses and minuses before you make a decision? Or do you allow other people's opinions to form your own or navigate or influence your decisions? Tell me quickly, is it facts or opinions? Facts or opinions? In the chat box, please. In the chat box. Right. Most of you guys say, trust my gut. Okay, great. There we go. Opinions. Okay. Facts, says Loretta. Yes, combine facts and opinion. Okay. Leaning towards opinions. Okay. Opinions, Maralei. Oh, okay. Daniela says both. Okay, opinions. All right. Okay, both. Nada says both. Bit of both. Elsaby. Yes. Right. Guys, the bottom line is, and the interesting thing is, I'm going to give you guys the facts. Right. People make decisions 90% of the time based on opinions. Based on opinions they've got on a certain subject, or they get influenced by other people's opinions. And can anybody tell me the reason for that? Can anybody tell me why that happens? 90% of the time, we make decisions based on opinions. Your own opinions or other people's opinions. And only 10% of the time do we actually pay attention to all the facts. Can anybody tell me? Outside validation, okay? Lack of self-trust. That's an interesting one. A lack of self-trust. I like that. Kenny, thanks for sharing. Not trusting myself. Tikran, yes, of course. Right? Keep going. Keep going. I'm going to give you guys another example. If we were to ask which one is the best vehicle on the road, is it Mercedes-Benz or is it BMW? Now, there will be a 50-50% split, guaranteed. People will say that BMW is the best. Others will say Mercedes-Benz is the best. And then there will be the odd one or two that says, no, Toyota is the best, or Lexus is the best, or Audi is the best. And everybody has their own opinion. the bottom line is we are always open, and there's always a lot of suggestion that happens to us on a daily basis. And we can either use this to our advantage, or we can actually let us lead us down a pathway where we get to live someone else's vision, right? So keep this in mind. 90% of our decisions that we make on a daily basis is based on opinions, right? Now, here is an interesting fact. 90% of us, I would almost go as far as saying 99% of us repeats yesterday on a daily basis. We basically get up in the morning, we remember what we did yesterday, and we just repeat the same program. Sometimes we do a little bit of exercise. Sometimes we maybe shower twice a day. I don't know, maybe sometimes we just shower once a day. I've got no idea, all right? But there is a routine, there's an autopilot that we run on. We get up in the morning and we basically repeat what we did yesterday, right? And can anybody tell me, what is the reason we do that? Why do we get up in the morning, we had all the best of intentions to go and exercise, and then, we get up, the day takes hold of us, and we don't get to exercise, and then we say, listen, tomorrow I need to exercise, or tomorrow I need to journal, or tomorrow I need to phone my parents, or tomorrow I need to phone my brother and find out how he's doing. Tomorrow I need to do that. And then before we know it, the day is gone again, and we absolutely didn't do what we wanted to do. Right, not being intentional. Muscle memory, yes. Habits, David, you hit the button or the nail on the head. Not being intentional, yes. Programming ourselves, yes. We are responding to our habits, yes. Lorette, you're quite right, habits. It makes us feel safe. Oh, wow. Marley, that is a very, very educated answer. Yes. Because it makes us feel safe. 100% spot on. Absolutely spot on. Right. So guys, here's the thing. When we know this, we all know this. We know that basically what we remember from yesterday is what we repeat today. And if you want to achieve something new in life, first of all, you need to know what the destination is. You need to know what it is that you're aiming for. And then you need to pick a vehicle. How are you going to get there? I mean, if you want to go to the UK, it's pointless trying to drive there. You're going to have to pick the right vehicle. You're gonna have to buy an airplane ticket, right? If you want to go down from Joburg to Cape Town, driving is an option. Flying is another option. Going by train is another option. Hitchhiking is another option. Walking is another option. So depending on the destination, you've got many different vehicles on how you can get there. One vehicle will get you there faster. One vehicle will get you there slower. One vehicle will get you there safe. Another vehicle might get you into trouble along the way. We don't know. However, when you plan properly, when you have a vision, when you have a goal, when you know where your destination is, you know the time available, you can very quickly plan that and then put certain measures in place to make sure you actually achieve that. So here's something that you want to add as a little bit of a side note, maybe just as a bit of a statement, just something that you can maybe remember. And this is extremely important in planning your day, in planning your vision for yourself and for your future, and feeling that you're in control of your life. A memory is only a memory of the last time you remember it. A memory is only a memory of the last time you remembered it. So if you went to bed last night and you put your cell phone right next to you and you woke up this morning with the alarm clock, you jumped out of bed, you brushed your teeth. Why did you brush your teeth? Because you remembered you did it yesterday. Why did you take a shower? Because you did it yesterday. Why did you get dressed? Because you did it yesterday. If you didn't get dressed yesterday, it will feel a little bit weird, right? So therefore, because you want to have that familiarity come back to you, very important, you go and get dressed, right? So guys, here's something I want to quickly mention to you. if you are someone this evening on the call that is on a personal journey, or maybe you're a professional and you are offering services to other people, you're a coach, you're a therapist, you're a mental health professional, you're a practitioner, what we as coaches and therapists and counselors and mental health professionals do is to bring transformation to our clients. And for the clients that's on the call this evening, I want to challenge you a little bit to go back to your professional and make sure that every single part of your journey has got proper planning plus preparation so that you can prevent poor performance. And here's something that I've identified, and working with my coach and working with my mental health professional and the people that I get to work with on a daily basis, they've really helped me to put certain triggers in place to make it easy for me to break my old habits. They made it easy for me to create a desire that pulls me in a certain direction, to make it attractive for me to stay on track. They are mentoring me on a daily basis on taking the right action, giving me the right choices, putting all these elements in place so that it's easy for me to stay accountable. And then they also help me to make sure that I've got the right reward in place so that I want to keep on doing it over and over again. So maybe you want to make a screenshot of this picture over here, but make sure that your coach or your therapist or your mental health professional helps you with this process. They put in place obvious processes to make sure you stay on track. They interrupt your thinking pattern from yesterday. They interrupt that memory that you experienced yesterday, and you put something new in its place so that you can have a different outcome, so that it becomes attractive, it becomes easy, it becomes satisfying, and it keeps you accountable. All right. Now, this is probably one of my favorite pictures. I'm sure none of you have ever had a challenge or an experience like this, where you are in a relationship with someone. Can I see a show of hands? Who knows about this? Right? You're in a relationship with your spouse or with someone at work, and you're constantly talking about the same thing and you're not getting anywhere. All right. And the truth is, the moment you change your perception and the way you look at things, the things you look at change completely. Right. So I love this picture. This is there was another video the other day that I saw as well from a gentleman that holds a ball, and the ball has been divided in white and black. And then the one student stands on the one side and he asks him what color is it, and he said it's white, and the other one says it's black. And they argue with one another, and then when they actually change positions, the color of the ball changes. And it's only when they look to it from the front they can see the ball has got two colors. So this is extremely important. So I want you to remember this. When you get up in the morning, when you are feeling the way you are feeling, the year just got going, that direction, that clarity, that certainty that you're looking for, or maybe some of your clients might be going through that. I'm working with a couple now that comes to really serious challenges, and they constantly look at the exact same thing, but they see completely different things, right? They constantly argue that their point of view, their opinion is the one that matters and not the other person's. So keep that in mind for your journey and for what we are doing here this evening. Right. So guys, are you guys still there? Can I see a show of hands? Can I see thumbs up? Can I see? Yeah. Okay. Nikki says she's taking it all on board. She's taking pictures. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Great. Magic. All right. So guys, I want to quickly just remind you all what we think about on a daily basis creates feelings. Those feelings gets us to act or react. And at the end of the day, it brings results. And this is probably the thing that changed so much for me in the last 2 years. So I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I've had to work with my mentors and the people that I get to spend time with on a continuous basis, who really help me to fine-tune my thoughts, to help me to recognize my feelings, to help me to put the triggers in place to have different actions and reactions, because it definitely influences my results. Right. And I want to invite all of you. Are you guys ready for a little bit of a journey this evening? Okay. I want you to please sit back in your chair, and I want you to get comfortable, and I want you to close your eyes. Make sure that you can hear my voice, and can I get a thumbs up when you are ready, please? Give me a thumbs up. All right. So I want you just to listen to my voice. Just want you to completely relax. And I want you to go on a journey with me. I know the new year's just started. I know you are working hard to regain the momentum that you had towards the end of last year. And I also know that you need to make sure that you stay on track with what you want for your life, for your family, and for your career and how you earn a living. But this evening, I want you to take a bit of a break. I want you to spoil yourself a little bit. So close your eyes and gently lean back. Just relax. Now you know how to relax because you do it every night. Every night when you go to sleep, you relax. Relax now. Completely. Just relax. And as you hear my voice, you allow yourself to relax. Just let it go. And drift into the comfort. Put your body into comfortable, easy, relaxed state. Now take that feeling of letting go, relaxing, let it cover your entire head. Let that feeling of letting go softly melt over your scalp, smoothing every muscle. Let it move down over your forehead. Feel how your eyes become heavy, your jaw loosen, your entire face, relaxing all the tension. That's right. Just relax. Now let the comfort flow down your neck, melt away any tightness, any tension, any uneasiness. Let it move all the way down your spine, unraveling, unwinding, bringing a deep sense of ease. Feel how your shoulders is dropping, letting go of all the tension. Feel your chest expanding and relaxing with every breath. And even your breath is slowing down, naturally, effortlessly. Because your unconscious mind knows exactly how much air to take in. Let it go. Now feel how you relax. Now the realization is going into your arms, into your hands, into your hips, drifting into your legs, your feet, your toes, in a beautiful state of comfort. Now turn your focus inwards into that place, that sacred center, your core. Settle into the awareness. Notice a magnificent light, a ball of light, gently glowing within you. Now, I don't know the color of your light, but you do. See it, sense it, feel it. That light, that is you. And that light is in you and within you. Now allow that light to glow just a little bit brighter, gently expanding, filling your entire being, glowing, vibrant, powerful. Let it fill you. Radiate the light beyond you. Let it fill the space around you. Let it fill the entire room. Expand your light. Expand that light. Notice the color. Notice the movement. Notice the energy. Now allow that light to stretch behind the room. Fill your entire house, your entire building. Softly and effortlessly. See how it moves. See how it grows. Because that light is your light. Expanding it even more, stretching it beyond the buildings, stretching it beyond your house, stretching it beyond your neighborhood, across the streets, past all the trees, all the open spaces, expanding it further and further outwards, beyond the borders of the city, flowing outwards, across all the provinces of the country, effortlessly covering the entire country. And as you breathe, feel this magnificent light expanding even further, effortlessly, stretching over the oceans, covering the entire world. Because you are that light, and that light is within you. Now, as you allow this light to rise into the skies, beyond the clouds, reaching outwards into the space, into the darkness, into the glitter, past the stars. And as you're floating there, you might notice the moon. Perhaps it looks like a glowing soccer ball, and maybe you want to play with it. Kick it gently. Maybe kick it this way and that way, laughing a little bit, feeling light, feeling free. And as your light continues dancing, and moving, and stretching into the eternity, spiraling through time. Now you turn one way and you see the past. Beautiful memories, joyous moments, incredible, important lessons learned, lessons of growth, of wisdom, of happiness, of feel-good moments, special people, filling your light. And as you turn the other way, you notice your future. A magnificent unfolding of potential, opportunities, new faces, wonderful experiences. And as you see the future, you can even stretch out your arms, grasping those incredible moments, bringing them closer, pulling them into your now, merging them with your presence, feeling them, embodying them. And as you do, you might begin to notice even more possibilities, new pathways, new paths that you haven't even considered before, new opportunities unfolding before you. Perhaps career change, perhaps some personal growth, deep connections. Maybe you see yourself traveling, exploring new places, or meeting incredible people, finding new mentors, new allies, new opportunities to make a difference, new friends. You might even notice doors opening you once had not seen before. New doors leading to exciting and unexpected adventures. And because you are that light, you can shape these opportunities. You can gather these possibilities. Choose what serves you best. Allow the very best outcomes to come closer and closer and closer to you. Reach out. Feel them. Take hold of them. And as you do, feel them becoming real, a part of your present, part of your reality, because you are that light. And that light is within you. And now gently begin to bring that light back, floating softly, returning through the universe, past the stars, past the moon, bringing everything with you, all that light, all that wisdom. And if you played with the moon, remember to put it back. Now feel your light wrapping around the earth, drifting back over all the oceans, all the mountains, past all the cities, all the open spaces, back into your country, back into your neighborhood, bringing all of that energy back into your house, into the building, bringing it back into the room. And as you do, feel your light settling around you, comforting you with warm, powerful feelings of fulfillment. Fully return now. Bring all of that light with you, because you are that light, and that light is within you. When you are ready, you can just open your eyes and you can just rub your hands together. Right. So, guys, who had a bit of a break? Who had a bit of a holiday this evening? Can I see a show of hands? Can I get some comments? You're welcome to unmute yourself. Give us some feedback. Tears of relaxation. Oh, I like that. Nazra, thank you very much for sharing. All right. Our line is English. Yes. Urban Balance. That's either Hailey or Anton. Thank you for sharing. Right. Okay. Right. So guys, the reason why I wanted us to do that this evening and just go on a little bit of a trip is we sometimes want to achieve something. We sometimes want to go somewhere, and we have all these habits and all this programming and all these opinions and all these things that actually happens to us on a daily basis. We 99% of the time run on autopilot. We repeat what we did yesterday. And we always complain about the life we don't have, and then we don't take the time to go and find out exactly what that life needs to look like. So I like to do breathing exercises, the box breathe, the eight in, 8 out. I like to put on some nice music at least once a week, lay comfortably, and then I just try and breathe on the rhythm of the music. And it's amazing every time I do that, how I just release all the tension, how I get to cleanse my body, and how I actually go on a trip and get insights that I would not normally have when I'm running on autopilot. I funny enough, when I go for a run, or when I have the opportunity to do some exercise, or just do something physical, and I don't have access to technology, it's almost like my brain works slightly different. So this exercise that we did this evening is a, I don't know exactly what you call it. It's a guided tour, it's a guided vacation. You can do that for yourself at any stage. You can go if you want. And I want to actually challenge you, and I want you to put measures in place to at least find 10 minutes out of every 7 days, and just dream a little bit. So one of the things that I do is I've got a shoebox, and I cut a slit in the shoebox, and I've got little pieces of paper on my desk, and I use those little pieces of paper to write down my goals and my dreams and things that I think about on an ongoing basis. See, I did not switch my camera. Is my camera? No, my camera is not on. I don't know why. But I'll show. Okay, there we go. Got little pieces of paper like this, and I put it in my box. And every time I think about something, I actually put it in that box. And then usually once a week, I take 10 minutes and I actually go and open the shoebox. And I don't want to say build a dream board about it, but I use the opportunity to actually see where and how I can make that a reality. So I start planning it. Dreaming, finding what you want is just as important, because 99% of the time we just repeat what we did yesterday. Right. So guys, I want to share something with you this evening that I'm extremely excited about. I absolutely love this. I work with this on a daily basis, and I've got another gentleman that I'm working with that wants to move to the next career step, and he's very much set in his ways. And in order for him to actually achieve the next level in his career, he's got so much work that he needs to do, and he actually now recognizes that for the very first time after we've been on a journey for such a long time. So how did we get to that? How do we uncover that? How do we unpack that? So we all know that there's a left brain and there's the right brain, and you've all seen these things on Facebook and all over the place where they say, if you see this donkey walking backwards instead of working forwards, then you are left-brained, and if it's the other way around, then you're right-brained. But that's got absolutely nothing to do with it. So the left brain and the right brain, and then there's a top brain and the bottom brain, and we help people understand where they come from. So if you are someone, as an example, that is very much, let's just use an example, let's say you are very much a green person, the chances are pretty good that you will be very good with getting the necessary steps in place. You will have a plan in place, but you would absolutely no idea how to get there, or what is the direction that you want to go. We work with people on a daily basis to help them understand, who they are, help them to accept themselves, then help them to develop themselves, and then help them to grow. We work with couples, we work with individuals, we work with organizations. So we have a very, very serious successful and brings wonderful outcomes. So if any one of you want to find out more about that, you're always welcome to reach out to me. Right. So here is a structure that I've used over the years. And here's 6 things that I've actually realized since I've started working with this. The first one is, and this you guys might find a little bit weird, but is to stop pretending, okay? So the way I grew up in life, I always felt that I wasn't good enough. So I always had to project something that I wasn't doing, or I always had to project something is always great when it wasn't. So that was the very first thing I learned when I started understanding myself. To say, okay, listen, my preference is that of having discipline and organization in my day. It helped me to develop the areas where I was lacking. The second thing it did was it stopped me from wanting to keep up with the Joneses, for the lack of a better word. So not in material things, but always wanting to follow other people's opinions. So in my personal journey and everything that I had gone through over the last 2 years with my health, and actually for the last 4 years, I realized that I was always trying to keep up with other people. I was not being honest and true to myself. And when I started understanding my own way of thinking, and I understood what my preferences was, immediately I could start focusing on the things that I needed to develop. Right. So the third thing that I realized was that stuff doesn't give me joy. Experiences does. So I always had this weird sensation about, you have to do certain things, wear certain clothes, drive certain cars to give you joy. And I realized that it's actually the experiences that I get to make on a daily basis that brings me joy, which is phenomenal. And again, it only came when I actually started understanding myself. When I understood what my dominant frame was, where I operate and think from, then I could actually start developing the rest. The fourth thing that I realized over the last 4 years was taking care of my health is extremely important. And there is 3 things that we invest on a daily basis: time, money, and our health. And if we don't invest our health properly, we're going to pay the price somewhere along the line. And the 6th thing that I realized was I needed to move from having a saver's mindset to a spender's mindset. Now, I know when my wife heard that, she was like, oh, yes, finally. Because I kind of like would turn a buck around a few times before I would spend it. But just the same way, a habit of saving, I needed to get into the habit of spending as well. So guys, these are the things that I realized and that I learned about myself. Was there any one of those 6 things that I just shared with you that resonated with you? Is there any one of those 6? Number 1 was stop pretending. Number 2 was stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stuff doesn't bring me joy. Taking care of my health is very important. I'm going to have to sacrifice something. It's either money, time, or finances. Which one will it be? And then switching from being a saver to a spender. All right. Okay. Right. So guys, why do I share all of this with you? This is now an extremely long introduction to our method of what I wanted to get to tonight. So the method I want to talk to you about tonight and that I want to share with you, and this is something that you guys can go and do now when we are done with this session. So please do take 10 minutes every week to make sure you get these elements in place. And it is about that perception that I showed with the 6 and the 9. So when we look at the same picture, someone sees a 6, someone sees a 9. I want you, in your own personal capacity, start looking at your future. So when you do your dreaming and you do put those goals and dreams and ambitions down in a shoebox, or you put it up on your wall, or you plan wherever you put it, or whatever you do to do your dream goal and your planning, put it in a place in your office or in your study or in your room, and then leave that room completely and go to another room where the environment is completely different. Right. So this is the vision to reality method, and it works like this. You gather your thoughts, you gather your vision, you gather everything that you want to achieve. Like, for instance, you put it in a shoebox, and then once a week, you actually take it out and you start planning towards that. You start putting yourself in a different environment, and you become the builder, right? The builder is the one that puts the actions together, take it out, put it into the next month goal, the next year goal, the 5-year goal, and what needs to happen in order for that to take place. So towards the end of last year, we spoke a lot about system, putting a system in, putting all these triggers in place, putting all the rewards in place. So if you haven't watched that session, please do reach out to me so that we can give you the replay, so that you can get to understand what it means to put a system in place, that when you do have a goal, when you do have a vision, to actually make that a reality. And once you've got that plan in place, reach out to your mentor, reach out to your professional, and let them help you look at possible areas where you might come short. Go back, refine, and make sure that you don't repeat every day, but that every day you improve a little bit. Working on your goal every single day, or working on your vision every single day. Your mentor is then what we call the gatekeeper. And every single time you have another set of eyes on your vision, then putting the system in place to make sure you get there, and you are accountable towards someone. Now you can actually make every single one of your visions a reality. Right. So can I ask someone on the call here this evening, if anybody have had a goal in the past, a vision in the past, can they identify, or can they say in one word, what they think the reason was they did not achieve that goal? They had all the best intentions, they had everything in their favor, they had the skills, they had the knowledge, they had everything that they needed to make it a success. What is the one thing that kept them from actually achieving that? Can you put it in the notes for us, please? Overthinking and self-doubt. Yes. Right. So Kenny, what you're saying there is the first step was too big. You didn't take the first step because it was too big. It was too much to do. You lost a little bit of focus. Yes, T-Crown, that's very important. So many people don't have focus. They get up in the morning and they repeat. So why did I take you on that bit of a journey? I wanted you to go a little bit into the future. I want you to go and see what is possible. I want you to go and experience what is possible. I want you to take that experience that you had this evening, and I want you to write down exactly where you went. What did you experience? Who did you see? What was the ideas that came up in your mind? What was the vision that was created for your life? What was your health like? What was your friendships like? What was your career like? What was the people around you? How did they treat you? How did you treat yourself? How did you feel about yourself? What was the action plan? Did you see yourself doing everything that you set out to do on a daily basis, or did you see yourself being steered away by other people's opinions, right? Putting it off, procrastination. You know what the interesting thing about procrastination is? I realized it the other day, that when you procrastinate and you find other things to do while you know you need to do X, Y, Z in order to get to where you want to go because you will have a better life, I think procrastination sometimes is a fear of the responsibility that we will need to have or adopt the moment we are successful. And that's why we procrastinate, right? It's like perfectionism. I don't want the responsibility of being successful because then I'm not going to have enough time to watch soapies, and I'm not going to have enough time to go and visit with my friends. I'm going to have all this responsibility. So let me put it down to it needs to be perfect before I start. Okay. I know none of you actually suffers from that, but I'm a big perfectionist. And yes, I do get in my own way from time to time, not from time to time, all the time. So I know I need to recognize that. And that's why I asked my mentor that every single time I get stuck in the perfectionism of wanting to do things absolutely perfect and wanting to get all the different steps in place, just to get me out of it, to trigger me out of it, to make sure that I stay focused on my vision, my long-term goal, and where I want to go. All right. So guys, bringing all of it together that we've done this evening. First one is the visionary. So I want to challenge you to, if you do dream boards, fantastic, do a dream board. I like to write little notes for myself every single week. I don't want to think too much about it. Put it in a shoebox. Then once a week, what I do is I take it out. I build into the future. You will see my wall here is full of that. If you can zoom in a little bit, oh no, you won't be able to see that because I'm in the reception. All right, but behind me there's a big board, and everything there is planned, everything there is set out, so I know exactly where I'm at. Even when I do work with my clients, every single one of my clients has got a space on my board, so I know exactly where I am with every single one of my clients. I know what sort of work I gave them to do. I keep them accountable. I check with them on a daily basis, and I've made my life so much easier because it felt like I was just spinning my wheels at one stage. And when I started putting this in place and said, right, I want to produce outcomes for my clients. I want to help mental health professionals grow and find their own clarity, direction, and certainty in life. I needed to be more certain about my vision. I needed to make sure that I have the steps to get there. And then last but not least, I needed to have a gatekeeper. I needed to have someone in place that could actually help me get there. Someone that can actually steer me along the way and show me the way of how to get there. Now, you can be the visionary, the builder, and the gatekeeper all by yourself. You can do that for yourself. You can find different positions in your house or different positions in your office of different ways of doing it. I've got the shoebox and then I've got it up on my wall. You need to find something that works for you, because then only when you can visually see it, when you can actually put it out on paper and you can have fun with it, now it becomes a game. Now it becomes something that you go to bed, you do a quick visualization, you do a quick meditation. And the most amazing thing is when you are working with a client and they've got a certain problem and you sometimes feel a little bit stuck, and you've done a profile with them and you know that their preference is maybe someone that's very analytical, or they are in a relationship and the husband is extremely analytical and the wife is very connected and she's very much very in touch with her feelings. It's amazing when you meditate and when you visualize and when you put those problems in place and you understand where they come from in terms of the communication, how you find the answers when you physically put it down on paper and when you have a vision of where you want to go and what the outcome is that you want to bring. So please remember that, right? If any one of you suffers from that or battle with that, you are welcome to reach out to me. We do this on a daily basis, and we have had some incredible successes with large groups as well as couples and one-on-ones working individually. So putting an action system in place is extremely important. Taking this entire thing, taking the vision, taking the steps, making sure it is realistic, making sure you're keeping yourself accountable, either with a mentor or with your own set of triggers and cues that you put in place for yourself. It becomes so much easier. Then your vision becomes fulfilled. Then your vision starts growing. Then you're not just repeating what happened yesterday, but you're actually making progress on a daily basis. Right. So guys, this is one thing I do want to say to you. Something that I needed to learn. And 4 years ago, I did this. 4 years ago, I didn't know where I was. My health was failing. I was really going through a tough time. And it's amazing when you are in a situation like that where you battle with your health, you suddenly start looking at things in life differently. You suddenly start listening. You suddenly start, you're open for suggestion. And I want to ask you not to wait that long. Don't wait until things really get bad. Don't wait until you need to make a decision based on necessity. Rather do it based on the fact that you want to achieve something in life. So tonight was very much about building your vision. How do you build vision? If you think of something, put it down. Do a meditation, do a weekly breathing exercise. Get to know yourself. Know your weaknesses, know your strengths. Accept yourself. I've accepted myself the way I am. I like structure. I like steps. I like making lists. My wife hates it. When we get into the car, because I'm not allowed to drive, she drives me everywhere. When we get into the car and there's a list, she's like, oh no. Yes, like, are we going to do the entire list today? All right. So I like doing lists. I've accepted myself. I don't get upset when she says something like that because I know who I am. And then I also know that she likes the short version. So I say, okay, listen, we want to go there. I want to do this. We're going to do there. I'm going to do that. And guys, since I've actually accepted myself and I understand myself, it just brought so much clarity to myself. It just brought so much happiness to myself. And it allows me the opportunity to be creative. So in the future, I will do another talk about, where anxiety and fear comes from and how we are destroyers on a daily basis because people don't see our vision. They don't see what we're seeing. They don't understand how we communicate. And by understanding that as well, you get to really reflect on where you need to develop. So I'm extremely grateful for the journey that I've been on. And the last thing that I want to share with you, if you are someone here this evening that needs help or you were invited by a professional, please do reach out to them. Please go back to them and tell them that you would like to do an assessment to get to know yourself a little bit better. Or maybe they've got some sort of a assessment that they're already using. Because once you have done the assessment and you know what is your preferences, you know what you need to develop, then you can very quickly put a vision together for yourself. Then when you do have a vision for yourself, but you're not getting to that end goal, you can identify what you need to do to be able to make sure you get there. And this is what a professional journey looks like. It's about doing an assessment, about understanding who you are, accepting yourself, and then recognizing what you need to develop. So I needed to develop a lot of things. I was always stuck in all the steps. I wanted the steps. And I did have some sort of a direction and vision for my life, but it was never to the level where it is at right now. So I developed that part of it a lot. I needed to learn to, have more empathy, more understanding. And I'm so grateful for the awareness. I'm so grateful for the fact that I know how I am. I accepted myself and I started developing myself so that I can become a complete human. So thank you very much for everyone that's also interacting and chatting to me on a daily basis, keeping me accountable. I really appreciate that. Right. So guys, this is it. I am going to stop sharing. I am going to ask you, we've got a few more minutes left. Anybody that wants to unmute, anybody that want to maybe just give us some quick feedback there, something that landed with them, something that they can definitely use. I will share the slide with you after the call on the group. So anybody want to share something with us in the chat box? Was that valuable? Did you use that? Right. The best I can suggest you do is if you decided you're going to do a vision board, you're going to spend time getting together on exactly what your vision is for your health, your wealth, and your relationships. Do it, but then keep yourself accountable. Put steps in place. Reach out to your mentor. Reach out to your mental health professional. You're welcome also to reach out to me if you're a mental health professional. And you need tools, you need direction, you need an instrument to be able to help you to bring the change for your clients. There's never been a better time than right now. And this is the start of the new year. So let's not wait another, 47 weeks before the new year happens. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's build nice momentum towards the end of the year. All right. Great stuff. So, guys, anybody wants to maybe just give us some feedback there? Nadia says steering away due to others' opinions. Yes. Okay. People's opinions, procrastination, inconsistency, lost sight of target. Okay, great. That was based on the previous question that I asked. Right. So, this is quite a lot that we did this evening. I know this is a challenge sometimes to implement this. Again, do reach out to your mental health professional. You're welcome to connect with me as well. And if there's anything that you need clarity on, please let me know. We will share the recording of you a little bit later. As always, until we see, oh yeah, guys, before I forget, next week, Thursday, we actually have a mental health professional that we're going to interview on making transition from just being a coach to becoming a therapist and all the processes that they went through to be able to do that. It's going to be a very, very practical session. We're also going to have some very nice insights for your clients. So you're welcome to invite your clients. You're welcome to invite anybody that you feel might find value from sessions like this. So guys, until we see each other again next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock, I will look after me for you. Will you please look after you for me and all of us? Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care. Bye-bye.